Thanks, Bob. As you can see, Ohio school districts have invested a great deal of time and energy and professional effort in preparing our students to be more successful academically and better prepared for a future that is coming at us at a rapid pace and ever-changing. And so it's important that we stay the course. To share experiences from his district, Steve Thompson, the superintendent of the Willoughby-Eastlake City School District. Steve?
Thank you all for coming and listening to us today. I haven't had this many people show up to hear me speak unless it's an open house or something at school where they have to come. So makes me a little nervous, actually. But just to give you a little bit of background, Willoughby-Eastlake City Schools, we have nearly 9,000 students, 13 schools, 2 high schools. And I have to tell you that I'm a bit perplexed at at what appears to be happening in terms of repealing the Common Core. And for the last 3 years in terms of professional development, Dr. Hill hit a lot on the financial impact, and that's certainly significant. But I think there's also another side of this. We've had 3 years of training our teachers on the Common Core, and just like in your field, in our field, to bring about change doesn't happen simply because we ask. It takes contract negotiations with unions. It takes buy-in from your teaching staff. And after 3 years, I feel good about where we are and where we're moving, yet here, what appears to me to be from left field, we're potentially throwing out 3 years of professional development. We've taken on 2 major curriculum adoptions in the last 3 years. Completely overhauling K-12, our math series, and completely overhauling, moving into this very school year, our English language arts program. The cost of those programs alone, just for purchase of the program, is north of $500,000 for us. Again, that's almost secondary to me to the impact it has in teacher buy-in, teacher training, student buy-in, to potentially turn this on its head. Again, cost is almost secondary to the efforts put forth to make change occur. There's been a lot of collaboration. There was some guidance from the ODE and the state legislature regarding how we would implement the new standards, but much of it was left for us to negotiate with our unions. And we successfully worked with our union for about 6 months to bring about the changes in learning and teaching and assessment, which align with the new Common Core. I certainly would loathe the idea of having to sit back down and figure this all out again. I think the biggest impediment to us reaching a new level of rigor and a new level of success is to constantly change the rules. Constantly changing the game, to me, is almost more destructive than whether you can make an argument for the Common Core or against the Common Core. The Common Core raises rigor. The notion that students would come from one school building to another within our school district and still be charting along on the same curricular path, not to mention a student from Southern Ohio that would come to Northeast Ohio, or for that matter, a student from Virginia that might move to Ohio, that we're all teaching approximately the same thing. And I don't want that message to get lost in that we lose the right to decide how we teach this information. We're opening up a new school next year called the School of Innovation. It's a STEM-based school. We still have to meet the Common Core standards, but we're doing it in a problem-based solution school, very different, very outside of the box from what we would traditionally do. The Common Core does not prevent you from being innovative. It doesn't say how you have to deliver the curriculum. It simply gives some form of standardization to the curriculum, which helps us flow from grade level to grade level to grade level. And I think that's critical. And I guess the last piece that I would leave you with, again, the cost factor. You heard Dr. Hill talk about the cost factor. Our cost factor would be probably 3 or 4 times his cost factor. but the cost in human capital is even greater. I would ask that you allow us to raise the rigor, hit the mark, and public schools will do it like we always have. Thank you very much.